we got some guys who are holding out, not practicing, not wanting to play. And I have four of the biggest holdouts in the NFL right now. And I guess the question would be if we had to ask Chat GPT this question,
Mm.
Devin, because that's the point
We
we're at
can.
where we're getting AI to just answer
Do you
the
want to? We
toughest
can.
sports debates. No, because I saw AI's top 5 QB list and it pissed me off. So because once again, Jaden Daniels is just that much. It's just that close to
That
Lamar.
close to Lamar.
He's just that close to Lamar. But no. Which holdout is going to affect this team's which holdout is going to affect this team's season, like just this year?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Now
Maybe maybe,
this is if they continue to hold out, don't play or
yes.
get traded.
Correctly. Yes, correct. Not none of the scenarios that we're going to talk about end with they're going to sign with them and
Next
everything's
week.
going to
Yeah.
be happy. They're all going to be happy.
Yeah.
This is all with with the most, like, I guess, the worst possible outcome, which is they're not on the team anymore.
Yeah.
So one that we talked about, not much, but I mean, I think is one that would definitely hurt this team, especially going into this year. I mean, James Cook.
I completely forgot he was holding out. I thought you were going to say Trey, but we'd already talked about Trey.
Oh, we'll talk about. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
big four is Trey, Micah, Terry, and
James
James.
Cook.
But James Cook, he wants a long-term
Dang.
deal. He isn't practicing. He has, or the way it was reported is he was reported at training camp, but isn't practicing.
Hmm.
Whatever that means. So I don't know,
Well, I
just
mean,
doing
that's
push-ups in the
the
corner.
same thing with Hendrickson and McLaurin. They've all shown up, haven't practiced.
Okay,
Like Trey
I guess
Hendrickson just walked around in shorts.
so. I guess that's what a holdout is nowadays. He has 1 year left on his rookie deal, and he wants to get paid. And this seems like the most, I guess, I don't know, out of all the four, I've seen Buffalo the most confident that, like, no, we want to pay him.
Yeah.
We want to re-sign him.
Sure.
Maybe that's just not their main focus at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, if they are ready to pay him, then they probably should just do it.
Yes.
Like, why are we even prolonging the situation if both sides, like, you want to get paid and we want to pay you?
Maybe we
What
should
are
pay
we?
you.
So
Yeah.
what are we waiting on? I believe it was something mentioned that he wants to get paid around like 15 a year, which would put him like top 5 highest paid running backs. Which, I mean, if we looked at the top 5 highest paid, I bet we could pick at least one out of there that's probably not
Sure.
as good
Well,
as James Cook.
the problem is Kyron Williams just signed. Kyron Williams just signed for 33 over 3, so $11 million a year. And he had a ton of touchdowns last year, played pretty well, is going to be the future running back of this team. And granted, neither of these guys are ultra, like, they're definitely not the most important part of their team's success, but Kyron Williams was a pretty big factor last year.
Okay, yes, but now Josh Allen, I mean, he was Mr. QB sneak at the goal line all year.
But he, like, if we're going to talk about the Bills as a team that needed a Josh Allen season like that, and Josh Allen's team was so bad that he had to do all this stuff on his own, and the rest of the team was shit, and that's why he's the MVP. It's like, we can't do that and then still say that James Cook is ultra important. He is,
Yeah,
but
no, it's he's absolutely important, but like if you looked at like something like I'm saying, like, James Cook could have easily jumped out of the, off the numbers and had the most rushing touchdowns in the league.
yeah,
Like, they genuinely just stole so
that
many at
is
the
fair.
goal line for
That
Josh
is
Allen.
fair.
Like, Josh was on my fantasy team. Like, trust me, I knew. It was like that man was just
Exactly.
sneaking as soon as they got to the goal line. And it also killed me because that was one of the arguments. Like, he had more rushing touchdowns than Lamar. No, he
They
had more
weren't rushing
diving touchdowns
touchdowns.
than Lamar.
And
Like,
Lamar
yeah,
has
like,
slowed his running and is still running for a ton of yards, still scoring
yeah,
a ton
but
of touchdowns.
we'll talk
And you
about
had
Josh
Derrick
and
Henry for
Lamar.
anything on the goal line, so fuck
Yeah.
off.
Now I look at it like, regardless of how much you think Josh Allen is carrying that team, if anything, I've heard the opposite and how great their receivers are and how great their whole team is, and
From Bills
just
fans, yeah.
well, from Bills fans.
Well, I mean, but it's weird how the Bills fans talk up the entire team, and then the NFL media talks up Josh Allen.
Yeah, well, no, Bills fans tell us that they have one of the best teams, and then they also have the MVP of the NFL. But
Because their
they
team
also,
sucks.
but they're like, no, Josh or Lamar can't be the MVP because his team's good. It's like just not how it works. Shout out to Shy. But I believe that
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, you take James Cook away from this offense. I mean, there goes your play action. Your play action's dead. So you're not you aren't scaring any defense into thinking that you're going to have some type of I guess run game at all. I mean,
yeah,
you're taking James Cook out of the backfield for the Bills. I don't know who you're going to decide is. I don't know who's going to fill that void this year right now and
nobody.
go rush for 1,000 or do what he was going to do what he did
And
last year.
I mean, that's kind of the thing about the running back market now. It's like there aren't even 32 guys who can come in and be good. Like each team has at least one pretty good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone through all of them, but there's a lot of teams with not great running backs, and it's like there's not a lot of deep running backs or deep rushing teams. So even if they do pick up a floater or whatever, it's not going to be anybody good.
Absolutely not. And seeing like the beauty of the Ravens, right? Especially in the Lamar era, it's like our run is so scary. Our run game
Yeah,
is so scary that we have to keep you honest. So it makes it to where our pass game, it becomes easier to
it
fucking
brings it
pass.
up.
Everybody knows how play action works, or
Yeah,
keeping the defense honest. Y'all know what I'm getting at. You have somebody like James Cook in the backfield. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for
there
someone
you go.
like Khalil Shakir to get open because you got people worried about James Cook in that backfield, and yes, a very
And
mobile
Josh,
Josh Allen in the backfield.
exactly.
You eliminate one of those people. I think, and I hate to keep comparing it to Lamar, but it's like we've seen Lamar without Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Mind you, we've seen Josh Allen without James
James Cook.
Cook, but James Cook has had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. And I think he's
Yeah,
only going to continue to get better, and he's only going to continue to help MVP Josh Allen and the Buffalo
and
Bills.
Josh is running with worse receivers who need that play action.
And just simple fact that it's not. I mean, that's going to hurt Josh in the pass and run game for him. I mean,
I mean, it's going
Josh.
to hurt everything.
I mean, in that backfield, if you got to worry about Josh and James Cook taking off,
I mean, it's also
that
one
makes
of
it
those
even
guys like
easier. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I completely
Trey
kept
and
talking. You're good. Sorry. Go ahead.
Trey and Terry are, I guess, in the situation where they're a little bit older. I don't know how old Trey is, but at least Terry's in the situation where he's a little bit older. James Cook is still off his rookie deal, so it's
Say
not like
Trey.
huh?
Trey might.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
how old Trey is.
I don't
But go.
know.
Keep going. Keep
Maybe
going.
he came up
Sorry.
in 20 or something, um, but yeah, with James Cook, you still if you sign him for 3-4 years, yeah. So Trey's older, exactly.
Oh,
But no,
shit.
if you sign James Cook for 3-4 years, it's like that's the rest of his prime. So it's not really, it shouldn't be really that much of an issue. If you pay him
But it
15, you
would.
pay him 15. You're not paying your receivers. You're not paying anyone else on that fucking team. You're not paying
You
anybody.
don't have to. No, you don't. I mean, except Josh, and that's it.
Maybe
That's the biggest
fucking
worry.
a few linemen, but they're not paying anybody else. They don't have a reliable tight end that they're paying. They're really paying nobody. And the fact that they're bitching over a few million, get the fuck out of here.
And now
It's like
let's look at.
it's like when Shakir's contract's up, they're not going to be like, "Oh, we'll throw the bag at Shakir." They could give a fuck.
Yeah, they might not throw the bag at Shakir. But someone like James Cook being there, making it easier for Shakir to get open, maybe even helps Shakir get a bag.
Yeah,
Who knows? We
I
we,
can
we
see
don't know
him
how
getting
good
some.
these guys are. But let's look at Micah, right? When you look at Micah, out of all these guys, like Trey's holding out, he wants to get paid. Terry eventually started requesting a trade because he doesn't feel like he's going to get paid. James Cook is holding out, but he wants to be a Buffalo Bill. Micah made it very clear.
He does not want to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Absolutely
Everyone else
not.
wants to play on their team, and it's an ownership issue. This
Mhm.
is fuck this organization, fuck scrub ass
Fuck Jerry
bum
Jones.
Dak, fuck this whole team.
Like, he's pissed.
Yeah,
Now obviously this could be a tactic. This could be a way. Now the thing is, and I hate to agree with Jerry Jones, but like if anybody has seen this before,
it's Jared.
it's Jerry. He's like, man, I've seen this 1,000 times. Whatever. All right, you're not gonna play. Um, and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if any of these guys, if we really called their bluff, if they're actually going to sit out. Like Chris Jones, week 1,
Yeah,
in the stands.
sat
I,
in the box.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they pull something like that.
Is
But
it question? Is it illegal for like someone of fame or anything to like not sit in the box? Like, do they have to sit? Like, they all sit in the box. There's not one celebrity who's like, oh, I'm going to sit at the 50-yard line.
well, I'll say that I would bet that. Oh, it's a simple fact that it's the same thing as like celebrities going to sit courtside. I mean, like, what are we doing?
The premier
Um,
spots.
there's probably some celebrities that sit wherever they want, but I
But
mean, if
is there not like a C list celebrity who goes to football games and like sits in a normal spot in the stands?
but there probably is. Like, we could probably easily find like
Or like a
a
musician that
picture.
some people
We
know.
But like if they have hat and sunglasses on and they're just sitting watching the games,
Yeah.
like I don't
Even
even
if
who
they
knows.
don't, they probably just look like a regular dude or
But that's the
lady.
thing. It's like if I told you to name a B or C list celebrity, I'm kind of struggling in my head like to name
Yeah,
one.
you could name a ton, like a TV show actor or a fucking
Name
anybody.
one. Name one.
Ed Helms
Ed Helms. Do you want me
from The
to?
Office.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Ready? Let's test this theory out. And I hate
But
to.
instead, it's like Bradley Cooper sitting in a fucking box. Oh, my God, Eagles with a 20-year-old.
Sorry to anybody that wants to hear us talk about holdouts, but I want to see if we just look up Ed Helms at football game. All right, if we look that up, okay, all right, I'm seeing it. All right, looks like as of right now, um, not a single picture of him at a football game.
Well, they're also
Okay,
not going to get their picture taken unless they're in a booth.
but that's what I'm saying though. It's like he could
Same
easily.
booth, box.
Oh wait, is this Ed Helms? Is this okay? All right, maybe he's at his son's high school football games. It looks like maybe he ain't worried about the NFL.
Nice.
Maybe these B or C list celebrities actually care about their kids, Devin. Maybe they're just at
Maybe.
their they're just at football games, but just not the box ones with box seats. But no, Micah Parsons, he wants out, and I took a real good look at this defense earlier, and I just really thought and pondered like what that defense would look like without Micah compared to what it would look like with Micah. And it would look like a bad defense with Micah. And then without Micah, it would just look like a bad defense without Micah. Micah
Mm-hmm.
Parsons is great. We all know. Yes, he's one of the best defensive players in the league. But this Dallas Cowboys defense sucks.
Yeah.
Like when I say suck, when you look at this defense, when you look at let's just look at the depth chart. Just look at the players on that team. Micah Parsons is the entire D line. He is that pass rush. He is the only person that's a threat on that line of scrimmage, on that defensive side of the ball. You look at those. You look at any linebacker right now on the Dallas Cowboys. To me, we very, very, very shaky on whether or not they're gonna, I don't know, live up to the Dallas Cowboy linebacker name because there's been some linebackers in the past
There's some
decade
good
for
white
the
linebackers.
Cowboys that have been hitting.
Yeah.
And then you look at the DBs. When you look at the DBs, it's a lot of guys who at one time had a lot of hype.
Diggs.
Obviously Diggs, but then they have Kyer Elam over there. They have Malik Hooker over there, and still have Deron Bland. It's like
That's
a lot
the
of guys.
guy, Bland.
They had
Didn't he
hype.
have, was it 4 picks in a game? Or
Was that him? I don't
I don't know.
know.
He had a ton of picks.
But I'm saying besides, I threw Bland in there, but Malik Hooker, Diggs, Kyer Elam. It's like guys who at one point, anyway, I'm not counting them out, but at one point they had a lot of hype, and it seemed to die down. But just in terms of like one of the top, I don't know, just productive defensive groups, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be there when it's in terms of defensive backs.
No.
So I can fully understand why Micah not only just it's like, no, I want to get paid, but I don't want to play here. Like
Yeah.
y'all
Well, I
suck.
mean, again, like every year we talk about them and where they are as contenders and whatever, and they get George Pickens basically handed to them, um, and then all the hype comes out. They go, "We're good, we're locked," and then nothing on the defense has changed.
No,
Nothing.
absolutely nothing on
Still have no
defense
run
has
game. They
changed.
still have no defense. The DBs are not only did they never really live up to the hype, but they're aging. So you're getting an older Diggs who's is still going to get smoked. Um,
But
yeah, not
then,
good.
but like, okay, then you hear everything we say, right? Everything we just said about that kind of proves the point. Like, I think an episode or two ago when we were saying, should the Cowboys even pay Micah Parsons, some TJ Watt type of money, kind of proves the same reason why, or proves the point for why Trey shouldn't get paid.
Yeah,
Trey led the league in sacks last year,
yeah,
and the Bengals defense sucked.
sucks. Yeah,
And the Bengals defense is going to suck this year.
yeah,
It's going to continue to suck with him. He could lead the league in sacks again. And Joe
yeah,
Burrow's still going to have to throw 5 touchdowns in a game just to stay in it, just to have a
yeah,
chance.
yeah,
So I get it. Yeah, no. If he was the last piece, yeah, maybe you need to
for
pay the
sure.
man.
Yeah.
But I really don't see I don't see a world where if
Now,
Dallas is like we don't need to pay Micah, why is Cincinnati paying Trey?
yeah. Um,
But
the other thing is Mike is the only guy on this list who has maybe. I mean, Dallas overpays everybody, but maybe the potential to get more money or get the same amount of money from another team. There's not going to be a lot of guys giving Terry more money than we will. There's not going to be anybody who's going to give Trey Hendrickson more money. Otherwise, they'd already be gone. Same thing with James Cook. No one's going to give him $15, $16 million. So Mike is what, 23, 24, maybe 25? He's young.
I don't even know if he's that old. Yeah, he's
He's
young.
3 years into his fucking career. He's a unit. He can get paid by literally anybody. So, yeah, I mean, I can see him not staying because he is in the worst situation. Trey's in a bad situation, but
Trey's
um,
in a pretty bad situation. Yeah.
Trey's situation is pretty fucked. But
Yeah. Um. So yeah, paying Trey would. I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you're sitting here going, Dallas shouldn't. If Dallas not fuck Dallas's reasoning. My reasoning. If Dallas if their defense is gonna suck regardless if Micah Parsons is there or not, holds out, doesn't hold out, plays, doesn't play. It's kind of gonna be the same point. Same thing I'm gonna say for Trey Hendrickson, who
exactly,
led the league in sacks last year.
yeah,
And
and
Micah Parsons got hurt last year. Like it's like we
yeah, it's one of those things like with the Bengals where it's like, no, we need to like win now ish. Like our offense is the best in the league. We got to get shit done, and it's hard to do that without Trey. But you can't do it with him. Same thing with Micah. You can't do shit without him. You really can't do anything with him. So um, it's in their best interest to pay these guys, but they're not giving these guys anything else. So it's a waste at the same time.
and then you look at Terry. And I mean, I've said this 100
Terry
times.
is in a much different position. He's in a position where he's on a good team. He's aging. This is not a very young team. I think we're one of the older teams just because of everything else
I don't
that's
know, Bobby
on our team.
Wagner, Austin Eckler, Von Miller,
Zach
I mean,
Ertz.
Zach
So
Ertz.
we've got some auxiliary pieces that are bringing up the age, but it's a younger core. This is a team that has a franchise quarterback that can be good for a while. We don't have as many defensive issues as we used to. Yes, Terry's important, but he's not like the only player we have on offense. He's not the only player um, that can be decent. But I mean, again, it's nice. It would be nice to have him. It'd be nice to pay him, but I don't. I still don't think it's the end of the world.
So Here's the thing. When you look at like I don't know, any team in NFL history, really. I like to resort to the Ravens just because it's the easiest to just off the top of my head. Um, Ever since Lamar, and even before, I'd say the year he was drafted, like starting from the year he was drafted, but ever since Lamar was the guy for Baltimore, regardless of if it was the right choice or not, the Ravens kind of made it clear that they, not by saying it, but just by their actions, that they definitely think that they need to get some type of important piece as you know regardless of receiver or tight end, just as an important receiving threat.
Mm.
Um, Especially I think in terms of you look at Lamar, what MVP. I hate that I'm getting this wrong. Second year starting. Second year
First year
starting.
starting. First year starting.
Oh, first year. Oh, it was
First
it
full
was
season.
okay. All
He
right.
started midway
First full
through
season.
18.
Okay, that was my bad. That was my bad. I always how late did Joe get hurt that year?
Maybe like 11 or 12, maybe
I
13.
was about to say I always
It
forget
was
how late.
relatively
Anyways,
deep because he played a few games and then had the playoff game against the Chargers.
like okay, you had Hollywood, and then once you lost Hollywood, you made like very important that you're gonna have to replace that. We're gonna have to fill in that void. We're gonna get Zay Flowers in, or even like
Well,
making
I
a
mean,
move.
I would say like Mark is that.
Well, no, I'm saying, drafting Zay high, drafting
Yes.
Rashad Bateman high,
Yeah.
drafting Mark Andrews high.
Yeah.
Regardless of how good you think any of those players are, the Ravens are trying to continue. Once again, I really I'm harping on this thing for Jaden Daniels to continue to help it become a lot easier to progress in the NFL as a passer. Um, you try to keep good talent around, and on top of that, they brought in what I guess a bunch of veteran receivers that I guess were supposed to also be reliable, but
Well, that's our
that's
Debo.
a
Yeah.
that's
That's
a
our
different
fat
yeah.
Debo.
Yeah, I would even take that over a Des Bryant, Deshaun Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr. The list goes on.
Willie Snead
But
was good.
Willie Snead was okay. Like honest,
Nelson Aguilar was good.
he
Ish.
was cool. Yeah, it was cool, but because it was Lamar Jackson, that's why. Like it's because it's
No,
Lamar fucking
I
Jackson.
agree. But
Now
that's the other thing. It's like it, chicken and the egg. I mean, is
it
it?
wasn't, but it wasn't just Willie Snead. If Lamar, oh shit, that was loud. If if Lamar only had Willie Snead, he only had Luke McCaffrey and
I
fucking
agree.
and Fat Debo and Zach Ertz, it might have been a
De'Ami Brown.
problem. Oh, sorry, my bad. I can't believe I forgot that one. De'Ami
No,
Brown.
wait, hold on. Fuck Terry. We got Luke McCaffrey, dude. Make him
But
wide
what I'm
receiver one.
saying
Call it a
is,
day.
I don't think the drop off is it's not something outrageous, but and maybe even for this year in particular, because I said specifically this season, if they're
Yeah.
able to fill in that void after this year, say Terry holds out, or what? I mean, I guess in this scenario they could play their final year on their contract. I don't see any
I
of
don't
that.
know. Like, why sign a contract for this amount of years if you're not going to ever play the final year of your contract?
Well, no, there's a point. You
I know
need to
you
get
want
it.
to renegotiate before your contract's up and all that bullshit, but it just
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense.
Well, no, it makes sense.
Uh,
You want the financial stability. You want the gate. You
yeah, but
want
you
the.
could get the financial stability with 2 years left on your contract,
But no,
like
but
Jamar tried to do.
I also, but and like we said, like we know how confusing this cap shit is. I
Yeah,
think there are. I could be wrong, but I think there's luxuries to signing, like re-signing with the team and being able to work like the money
sure.
around, like than just going out somewhere else and signing a brand new deal. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the contract extension is easier for not only the player but the team.
Yeah.
If it's somebody they want
Now,
to keep.
I don't know. Like, I just have I have a bad feeling about like if we sign Terry and say he has an off year under 1,000 yards this year, or has a good year next year and then an off year where he's either hurt or plays like shit a year from then, it's going to look like a pretty fucking terrible contract if we sign him for 3 additional years for $30 million a year. It's like, this isn't like a guaranteed this guy's going to change our team. It's like, no, he was very important when we had a shit dick franchise. He was our best player, but I don't know where his next step is as a 30-year-old.
Does he need a next step? Or can he not stay on the platform he's on right now?
But when you age as a receiver, that begins to fall. It's like,
I mean, it can,
are
but
we going to pay him for 5 years?
Mike Evans is on his 11th straight 1,000-yard season.
Mike Evans is,
and he's done it with the bummiest of bums.
He's better than Terry.
The bummiest of bums.
Yeah, but
okay,
Mike's a 6'5" freaking nature.
But we can't. Okay, but to sit here and first of all, I mean, I hate to give the most bland answer, but that's football. Like that kind of is football. No, you could pay him and he could have a great year next year or not. There's a lot that's going to factor into that, and I think that, that's the thing. Like, okay, like we said, like I just said with you were like, that's the thing with Willie Snead. Maybe you only need that. Who says Jaden Daniels can't do just as well with a step slower Terry? Who's to say he still can't? You still can't utilize that to his best ability. Who said he needs Who said JD needed Terry to be that fucking good?
That's what I'm saying.
Who said that? But but I'm saying pay the man. He deserves to get paid. Why even risk the plan for Debo was not to replace what Terry was gonna do next season or what he could potentially do next season. It was to be wide receiver 2, take some slack off of Terry, help out the entire offense. If we're switching that up to we're resorting on Debo as wide receiver 1 next year, I don't know. That's worse than a step slower Terry. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I agree.
Fat Debo or step slower Terry? What do you want?
And of course, no, I step slower Terry every day.
Okay.
But
all right.
Well, the fact that we have not only injury prone Debo, but a fucking fat 4-step slower Debo, it's a little scary. I don't know how fucking slow he is or not, but obviously I want to keep Terry. But whenever this happens, like when this happened with Lamar, it puts you in that headspace where you're like, what's the next step? I think we'll still be okay. Like, I'm thinking worst case scenario. I think we'll still be fine. And yes, I want to keep him, but it's kind of annoying.
You're kind of like you're kind of sitting like it's like, oh well, if the house
I'm
burns
trying
down,
to rationalize ways that make Terry look like shit.
No, but you're like, well, if the house burns down, like we do have insurance, so like it's okay. It's like It's like, yeah, I guess you are okay. Like, it's technically.
No, and yes, I'm like, if say Jaden Daniels on the end of his rookie year holds out, I'd be a lot more upset about that than Terry right now.
Okay. I mean, no, that definitely makes sense. But I would say out of all these teams, out of all these situations, out of all the contract holdouts, if we had to look at, winning now and the most important and what would hurt the team the most, what would affect the team's outcome for this year, it's probably James Cook and the Bills.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, the Bills are one of the top.
We just said that signing Micah and Trey aren't really going to change anything. Your defense will be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Won't change anything. It'll still suck. And then, I mean, Washington is good enough to where we can get by, but, James Cook is fairly valuable.
Yeah, I would like to say at least.
We should just use the word valuable the whole time we talk about the Bills.
Valuable. Oh, I like that.
James Cook's valuable.
James Cook is valuable. Khalil Shakir, valuable.
Valuable.
Very valuable. All right. But speaking of,
who is their tight end?
Dawson Knox. Speaking of,
no, Kincaid. Both guys.
2 guys, right?
Kincaid, right, anyways. And I said earlier that they don't have tight ends. Stupid.
Fuck the Bills. Speaking of someone, whether or not they have, maybe they'll be valuable, maybe they won't be.